Okay, so the next idea, we're going to do the same thing as we just did, which is to do a prime factorization on these guys. And as it turns out, those are both prime, and this 4 could be broken down further into 2 times 2. And then we want to write the complete lists. So this one is just 5 times 11. This one is 2 squared times 11, right? So now what we have is we have a situation where something is missing from each list. So in order to remedy that, we take advantage of the 0 exponent. So what we do is we write 2 to the 0 into this list. And for this list, we're going to add 5 to the 0. So it's going to be 2 squared 5 to the 0 times 11. And the reason, again, for doing that is that we want to stack these on top of one another. So this I'm just going to bring over to here. So that we can analyze this and decide what the LCM is and what the GCF is, right? Sorry, GCF, right? So again, just like we learned in the last video, the least common multiple is actually the greatest power, right? And the greatest common factor is actually the lowest of the powers. So it's the opposite of what you might think. Now, LCM, we're going to take the greater of the 2's, so that's 2 to the power 2. And the greater of the 5's is 5 to the power 1. And then the greater of the 11's, well, it doesn't matter. They're both the same, right? For greatest common factor, we're going to take the least of the powers. So we take 2 to the 0, and we take 5 to the 0, and we take 11 to the first, right? And then we calculate. So on the top here, we have 2 squared, which is 4, times 5 to the first, which is 5, times 11. So let me just bring this over here. That's going to be 20 times 11, which is 220, right? So for the bottom one here, GCF, we have 2 to the 0, which is 1, right? Anything to the 0 power is 1, times 5 to the 0, which is 1, times 11. So that's going to equal 11. So then what we've learned is that the greatest common factor of these numbers is 11, which seems kind of obvious now that you think about it, right? And the least common multiple is 220.